Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, welcome to yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's time for the Boston Sports News Talk from Big Beefy E's Boston Ballers Beat. And here's the host that will bring you all the Boston sports news, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977. It's episode 1834 of the show, and this is Big Beefy E's Boston Ballers Beat, episode number 8 of the segment. As you know, I give different segments throughout the show, and I am really excited about doing this. As you can see, the holidays are here, are on the way, and I'm wearing my Pac-Man ugly Christmas sweater, and I figure, even though Thanksgiving is basically 4 days away, hey, I figured celebrate the holidays early. We got our tree up and everything, and I'm really excited about this Thanksgiving. So everybody's coming over here. I'm excited. If you guys have, like, I don't know, but let's try that again. If you guys have not, if you guys see me before, I was on David 3000's channel, live reacting to the Patriots Dolphins game. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. 34-15 was the final score. The Dolphins beat the Patriots. And, let me tell you something. Yeah, I did, I want the Patriots to be at least competitive. At least give competition. That's why, sometimes I'm very disappointed in the Patriots when they lose. So I knew we were not going to make the playoffs because it's a new coach, new system, new everything. We need teams to rebuild, who to let go, who to keep, and everything else. It's kind of like weed out whoever is in the Mayo program and who Jerome Mayo program and who's not, and how to everything else in between. I think this is like a trial run for the Patriot players and whatever we need to rebuild and all that, and hopefully, and I'm sure a lot of them want to play for Jerome Mayo. To me, this is why I see it. I don't expect them to make the playoffs. I mean, sometimes, yeah. New coach, sometimes new manager, like when the Red Sox got Terry Francona back in 2004, and his first year managing the Red Sox, boom, they end up winning the World Series. But sometimes having a new coach, and everything, it doesn't add all up to that. Sometimes new coach, we're gonna win champions automatically. That's not the case. And we've seen it here with the with Jerome Mayo. Plus, you got to remember, though, when Tom Brady left us, there goes the dynasty in 2020. So he left us 4 years ago. Left the Patriots. I got to elaborate on something about this us thing, and a lot of people have been talking about that, and I will get because I do have a theory on it, and I want you guys to know and understand. All right, so the Patriots, okay, so the Patriots having a little trouble. Unexpected, but not. It is expected, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine. A few years later, down the road, and hopefully the Patriots will be back to getting number 7 again. And once they do that, then we're good. Then everything's good. But now the Bruins finally won a game. They fired Jim Montgomery, and as you know, they have a new coach. Because they were struggling, the Bruins were, and right now they're 10-9, which is good, and they're 10-9. They beat the Red Wings 2-1, and they beat the Utah hockey team. So, and that means the Bruins have climbed up to 4th place in the Atlantic Division behind Toronto, Florida, and Buffalo. So, in the Bruins roster, they hired a new coach. I'm trying to find the name of the new coach. It's Joe somebody, I think. Joe Sacco, I think it was. I think it's Joe Sacco. Let's see who the coach. you know, the Bruins, kind of get the roster here. I just want to, oh shoot. Let's see. Bruins coach, and because Joe Sacco was his name, and Jim Montgomery was hired as the St. Louis Blues coach. That's weird. So they're in the fourth place, and you got the Celtics being the Celtics. They are the defending NBA champions, and we'll see how they are in the NBA Cup. That's a good question. NBA Cup. In the NBA Cup, and right now West Group, East Group A, East Group B, East Group C. All right, in East Group C, that's where the Celtics are at. They're tied with the Hawks for first place in that, and you got so you get three different East groups. So you got the Rockets, the Rockets, Lakers at 2-0 in the West Group A and B, Warriors. So right now, and remember, we handed the Cavaliers their first loss of the season too. The Celtics handed. I'm gonna try to get to that because the Red Sox are trying to pursue Juan Soto, and that's a big thing. So also they're having that aggressive market for starting pitching as well. It's like Blake Snell's on the Red Sox radar as well. We'll see how all this plans out and all this. Okay, now while I was watching the Patriots game today, and as you know, I do a live reaction. My father said something about, okay, why do we refer to our sports teams as we? We're not playing for them. We're not getting paid and everything else. I know Kevin Henry's complained about that a couple of times. My good friend Matt Resendiz complained about this a couple of times. Why do you always say it's we? And I thought about it. And it was a very good question. But then, I came up with I come up with a theory that could explain why fans refer to the home sports teams as we. And there's one word to explain. Only one word. And that one word is representation. You see, our sports teams represent us. Think about it. Now, I'm from Massachusetts. The Red Sox, the Patriots, the Bruins, and the Celtics represent the Massachusetts people. It's like the Dodgers represent, the LA community. Representation. And it's especially like a representation connection type deal. All right? That's why some of us sports fans out there refer to our teams as we, because it's a connection. It's a connection thing. Yeah, we're not athletes. We're not playing for these teams or anything, or with our teammates or anything, or we're not getting paid or anything else. I'm sure. I think one player, I think for Cincinnati, did explain this. I forget what it was. I knew it was an interview, and he said, "We win, huh?" And the reporter asked him, "I said, what do you mean we?" That. It's called representation. It's a connection. It's like we're with them in spirit. We're not with them physically out in the field and all that, but we're with them kind of like in spirit, so to speak. It's like we're with them. We're supporting them. It's a support thing. It's a representation thing. That's all I can. It's all I can muster up. It's a representation thing. It's like okay, our sports teams represent us, the community here in Massachusetts. The Red Sox represent Massachusetts. We're from Massachusetts. They represent us. It's like if I go somewhere, and let's say my family's not going to be, like I'm going to a party or a wedding or something like that, and my family's not able to be there for a reason, I go and represent my family. It's like we send our love. Me and my family send our love. It's like our teams go out. Our teams go out and play. They represent. You talk about Boston Red Sox, Boston Celtics, Boston Bruins. They all, and Boston is the capital city in Massachusetts. Boston represents all of Massachusetts. So therefore, the teams, the Red Sox, the Patriots, the Celtics, and the Bruins all represent the Massachusetts community. The New England Patriots cover all 6 states. They all represent, so they need to represent us. So it's not like, it's like a representation of us, an extension of us, so to speak, if we're true sports fans, you know? And that is the reason why we sometimes refer to our teams as we, you know? And I know, if you grew up in New York, you got all your teams, the Bills, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Yankees. They're your teams, you know? I root for my hometown teams. And to me, those hometown teams, those home teams represent myself and the Massachusetts community, so to speak. So it's more like it's a matter of representation. And that's the reason why sometimes myself, and I'm guilty of this, refer to my hometown teams as we. It's because of representation. Because they represent us. It's like we're connecting. It's like a community connection type deal. Alright? I know some people out there going, we don't understand. It's a community connection, it's a community. I represent Massachusetts. You know? And they, like I said, our sports teams represent us. As far as community is concerned. I mean, granted, most of the athletes don't come from Massachusetts. But they play on a Massachusetts team representing us. The Massachusetts community. And sometimes, that can be very, very helpful sometimes. And that's why sometimes we have the habit of referring to our sports teams as we. Yeah, granted, we don't play for them. We don't get paid by them or anything like that. But it's more like a mental connection type deal. Mental representation. It's like we're with them in spirit, We're giving them our support, It's weird. As weird as it sounds, and that's what it is, basically. That's why most of our sports fan bases out there refer to our sports teams as we. W-E, by the way, not O-U-I, the French version for yes, but the W-E. We, as we the people, That's why, it was a very good question. And it isn't a dumb question. It was not a dumb question. It made me think about this. And when I heard my dad talking about it, I'm like, something, I'm going to look into that. I think I can come up with a theory. And that was the theory. The theory was, it's more like a community representation. Excuse me just a second. Yeah, it's more like a community representation. That's what I get out of it. It's more like a mental community representation, because mentally, we're not playing. In our minds, we're with the team. We support the teams, like we're with them in spirit. That type of deal. It's a weird thing, but it's a weird concept. But it just makes. I'm trying to make it make sense here. You know what I mean? It's really weird. And sometimes, why do we refer to our favorite sports team as we? Especially our hometown, our home team. But mostly it's a home team thing. It's a home team thing. It's more of a home team thing than just, like I say, the Dodgers are my favorite National League team, but I don't refer to them as we. I think it's more like a homer thing. It's more like a hometown thing. It's more of a sports hometown thing than anything else. That's what I get out of it. I know a lot of people complain about it. But, like I said, my dad asked this question. Kevin Henry asked this question. My good friend Matt Resendiz asked this question, and I wasn't able to figure it out until now. It's more like I said, it's more. It's hard to explain. It's more like a hometown thing. It's more like a hometown concept, in the back, it's more like a hometown concept, basically. That's what I'm getting at. It's a hometown thing. It's a hometown representation community type thing. It's like, we're one with, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel, this is my theory. This is my theory only. If y'all think I'm crazy, well, too bad. I've been crazy since the day I was born, so you better try again with another counterpoint. All right? So here's the deal. The way I look at it is this. It's a hometown representation type deal. It's like a mental community type thing. You know what I mean? That's why I refer, sometimes I end up doing this. I refer to my hometown teams as we. My home state teams, my home state, the Boston teams. Because I'm from Massachusetts. I live in Massachusetts. I felt the teams represented me in a way. Well, not me, but represented Massachusetts. Represented the Massachusetts people in a way. It's weird. It's a weird concept, but, just, go with it. Understand where I'm coming from here, It's weird. Weird concept and weird, weird philosophy, weird theory I came up with, but that's what I felt. That's probably what I felt the reason why I refer to my hometown teams as we, because it's like, it's I'd say again, probably the weirdest concept ever I come up with, but that's how it is for me. It's because they come here, because they're from, the team got their start here in Massachusetts. The Celtics, the Boston Celtics, the Boston Bruins, and the Boston Red Sox. And you got the New England Patriots, who basically make their home base in Massachusetts. So more of a community representation. That's, again, that's what I came up with. So, yeah, it's weird. It's a weird concept, but it's more of a hometown sports fan type thing. But and that's probably another thing too, because people like people like Kevin Henry. He's from Ohio, but he likes the Green Bay Packers. And that's probably the reason why he probably does not understand that we refer to our hometown teams as we. But he's also from when Kevin Henry's also from Ohio. He talks about the Cincinnati. He is a big Cincinnati Reds fan. His favorite team is Cincinnati Reds. That's when you can do that more. But when you go root for another team that is not from your state, then that's a hard concept to accept. That what I mean by that is that if like I'm trying to make it. It's a good thing. I'm not. Kevin Henry. Sorry. But I'm using you as an example because the fact is that you root for the Packers and you're from Ohio. It's like it's not the same. As it's like I said. If somebody's a pure hometown sports fan, native sports fan. I'm a Massachusetts native. So I always try to respect and support my sports teams. That's the thing. I'm trying. It is a tough concept to, that's why some people because there's some fans out there that root for other teams, and they're from. I got some fans. I know some friends in Massachusetts but they root for the Yankees. They live in Massachusetts, but they root for the New York Yankees. See, and that's probably the reason why they don't understand the concept of why referring to. Why refer to our sports teams as we sometimes. It's more of a hometown community, a home community representation type deal. A native community representation. It's weird. It's a weird concept, but go with it here. If any questions, please feel free to leave something on the comments, because yeah, I feel like putting on a tinfoil hat and go, "It's my theory." Anyways, that's what I got out of it. That's why I think most of the times some sports fans do refer to their teams as we. It's more like it's a hometown home community representation type thing. It's like an emotional connection to the team, basically. That's what I get out of it. So it's more of an emotional thing, if you ask me, but that's okay. And I'm trying to get out of that habit of not referring to our teams as we. Trying to get out of that habit and just trying to refer to their teams as a team. The Celtics, the Patriots, the Red Sox, they're saying we every single time. It's a tough call, but and being half autistic sometimes can really kind of mess with me a little bit, but that's the way it is. So, yeah, I do apologize for this, folks. That's the only concept, and that's the only concept I can come up with. So, and Kevin Henry, my man, if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments. I'll talk, or if you want to talk to me, we'll chat it up in Discord or something like that. That's fine, because I'm trying to figure that question out most of my life as a sports fan, for goodness sakes, So it's like, hello, I feel like Pee Wee Herman. God rest his soul. Anyways, that's all the time we have on this show, and it's Big Beefy E's Boston Ballers Beat chat, episode number 8, episode 1834 of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977 overall. And we got tomorrow, the final Martindale Monday of November 2024. Oh, and I will be seeing Red 1 tomorrow, so the video will be late, because I think it'll start at 11. The showtime starts at 11, and I will that means it'll be a 2-hour. The movie will be a little bit over 2 hours, so I probably will get out at 1. So I'm just really, So I will tell you how the movie went. And all that good stuff, and then we'll go from there. So yeah. So that's why I plan on doing after work. Then, like I said, there could be a virtually purchased acquisition coming soon this week, hopefully before Thanksgiving. Also, now we get the Tic Tac Dough episode. We also got Bofus and the Sofas on the Mr. Garrison 96 channel. Tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see what happens there. Okay, then. I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.